So it sounds controversial, but I don't really think it's controversial at all. And I'm saying this as an American. I think China's market is going to outperform the U.S. markets for the next 4 years, and I don't think it has anything to do with Trump. I think it has everything to do with starting valuation. I think it has everything to do with where people have put and allocated, overallocated, underallocated their capital. China has been, not only from an investment standpoint, dead money for a very long time, but it's also become a source of anxiety and risk for financial advisors to even consider taking a contrarian bet for their own clients, investing in China funds. I'd argue that there's tremendous underinvestment. I'd argue that because the valuations are so markedly different between the US and China, sure, no disagreements around the concerns around China taking out entire industries, for example, and the rule of law not being abided to like it is in the US. But there's a price for everything, right? And I tend to be contrarian at heart. I think if you're going to do a spread trade or anything, going long China and short US dollar for dollar could be a really interesting stat arb pair trade to consider. You know, the further we get away from the lockdowns that China put on its own citizens, which were very extreme post-COVID, that becomes a distant memory, hopefully, for a lot of Chinese consumers. And to the extent that that held back some of the animal spirits, the further you are in time from that, the more likely that those animal spirits, I think, will come back. So I do think there's a lot of, potential for a big move in China's markets and flow of funds. And believe me, for all the criticisms around China's markets and it's uninvestable and all this stuff, everything's investable when the trend is up, period. I don't buy the argument at all that greed will not overtake concerns over equities if you have an up and to the right chart, right? I mean, that at the end of the day, that's going to matter more than any political ideology, more than anything else, is the thing going up.
This is not financial advice.